Okay, so when I originally wrote the script, I was actually experiencing a productivity high. I was uploading on TikTok and YouTube Shorts daily and making more art than I ever had. And then... burnout, baby! Yeah, I was in a highly productive state, but I was also treating myself like an art bot, pushing out daily pieces while also not making any improvement on my art or on my major social media platforms, except for YouTube. Thank you, Jesus. In addition to that, outside life factors were also just killing me, as they were doing for a lot of people. So, here's my 5 tips to stop being a sad little art bot and become a real person again. My first tip is to absorb new media or go back to what inspired you. Whenever I feel like I'm in a creative slump, something that helps me is actually watching something that inspired me to create in the first place. For a lot of people, that's Ghibli movies, or maybe it's a new series I haven't seen yet. The first time I watched Arcane, it felt like having a creative energy drink. I spent days analyzing that show and trying to see all the different techniques that were used. It really influenced the way I did my art. Next thing I would do is go outside. Listen to me when I say we cannot spend our entire lives in our little art hobbit holes. We need to leave the art basement and explore the outside a little bit. And this is me talking to myself. While I was making this script, I went outside to ride at a rainy park, and it made me feel instantaneously just so much better as soon as I got a breath of fresh air. The American Psychological Association, or the APA, not that one, says that spending time in nature is linked with both cognitive benefits and improvements in mood, mental health, and emotional well-being. Which basically boils down to, go outside, you'll feel good. Next up, it is time to do your non-art related hobbies. If you've only been making art and literally nothing else, it is time to break out anything else. Video games, sports. I do a lot of hiking. Doing the same thing all the time makes the brain a very sad boy. Which kind of leads me to the next point, is that you need to get out of your comfort zone. This can come in many forms, experimenting with your art style or your medium that you use. And it can even just be getting different groceries than normal. If you don't go out typically, it's the perfect time to try that. You need to do something, anything that you don't normally do. When we get in this stagnant place, I feel like that's where a lot of our burnout comes from. It's the repetition. And even doing the same thing you love over and over will make you sick, like eating nothing but chocolate. Which is why my final tip is that if you're feeling really burnt out, you should maybe re-examine your work-life balance. It is easy to get lost in your work, especially when it's something you're really passionate about. However, it's important to maintain a healthy work-life balance to prevent burnout and maintain your mental health. Set boundaries. Create a good work schedule and stick to it. Take breaks throughout the day. Set time aside for all the fun hobbies and other good stuff to do. And, if all else fails, start with a Pomodoro timer. Make sure you work for 30 minutes, take off 15. And I think that's a good place to start when you're trying to regain your person back. Work is definitely a part of our lives, but it shouldn't consume you. Practice self-care. Remember that you are a human. Being a well-rounded artist requires taking care of all aspects of yourself. Don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone, and please take care of yourself. This will give you a fresh perspective and renewed energy when you can return to your art. All that being said, this has been Lazy Tunes. Please come back next week for another video. Bye!